What's going on, guys? Segaman back, checking in with the Xbox family and the true gamers out there. What's going on? Segaman on deck. Seeing what's going on this week. How's everybody doing, man? Hope everybody's doing well. Playing all the great games we got on Ultimate Game Pass. You know, I think the Persona games came out today. That's not my game. It's not my type of game, but there's a lot of people that like, hey, other Zinc, man. I had a question, and it was something that I wanted to talk to you about, man. I don't know if you can come on for a little bit, but let me know in the chat, man, because I think you can explain it better. I've seen somebody view this on their channel, but I think you could probably break it down a little more. So if you are available, brother, for a few minutes, I'd like to get you on, man. So just let me know in the chat if you can come on and chop up game with me for just a little bit, because I'm not going to be on here long. I got to work today, but I'm just checking in with the fam, the Xbox fam, you know. Oh, you do? All right, man. Let me send you this link real quick, brother. Give me 1 second, man. I'm going to get my brother Other Zinc on, man. Give me a second, man. And get my brother Other Zinc on here real quick. You know? Let me get my brother Other Zinc on. Hold on 1 second, Zinc. Give me a second, man. Get you on here real quick. Yeah, man, I think Zinc can break this down, man, because it's something I've been hearing about on these gaming streets, you know, and I'd like to hear Zinc's opinion about it. So I'm gonna see if I can get him on here real quick, you know. But yeah, man, those Persona games came out. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are playing those games right now, you know. Man, let me see, man. I gotta work my thing here, man. Get my brother Zinc on here real quick. Let me see. I had it. Hold on, Zinc. Give me one second, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get him on here real quick, guys, to break this down, man. Let me see. There's my man Zinc. All right, give me a second, man. I'm gonna get Zinc on here, man. I sent Zinc the link, man. But yeah. What's up, Unlimited? Hey, great podcast last night, man. I was at work on lunch. That was a good podcast you had yesterday with Other Zinc, man, and Tuck Master. You know how Tuck is. Tuck be going buck wild, man, when it comes to Sony, bro. You know, he just be going buck wild on there, man. You know, he's original, man. Unlimited. I'm gonna get Other Zinc on Unlimited. If I don't know if you're working, bro. If you want to just come on just for a few minutes, let me know. If not, you can just chill in the chat. There was something I wanted to talk to Other Zinc about. It's something you could probably hit on too, if you want. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna be on here long, I promise. Because I got to go to work too. I'm not gonna, probably like an hour. You know. Yeah, man. Hey, you guys were on fire last night, man. I mean, I got to give out my props to you, Unlimited. You're really doing fantastic out here, man. You know, with the Unlimited Truth, man. I mean, it's just awesome how far you came, bro. You know, I've been out here for a long time, man. Long time. And I'm gonna keep going until I can't go anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're doing fantastic, man. You know, great videos, amazing Xbox collection. Amazing, you know. Oh, you can? All right, bro. Let me get you on too, man. I'm gonna get my brother Unlimited on too, guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna get my brother Unlimited on real quick. Let me send my brother Unlimited a quick invite. Let's see. Let me get my brother on Unlimited. It's always good to chop up game with Unlimited. And let me know, Zinc, if you got the link, brother. I'm pretty sure it went through. I just sent Unlimited the link. How's everybody doing, man? You know, the Persona games, like I was saying, came into Game Pass, I guess, this morning. It's not my stick. You know, I'm not really into it. There's Zinc. He'll be connect. There's my brother Zinc. What up, Zinc?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on, bro? You guys had a fantastic podcast last night, man. You guys were on fire last night. You know, our brother Unlimited will be here in a minute.
Hmm.
Man, it was good. Y'all guys I was at work, and I do just like you. I was at work on my lunch, and then after that, I went to going back to work and listening to the whole podcast, man. That's what I
Hmm.
like. I like when y'all do that. When they do
And,
that, man. You
and
know?
that's why I like being with you guys, dude. Especially Unlimited because he's a numbers guy,
Yeah.
and you just can't leave that $5 off fooling around with Unlimited.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing, yeah, about $5. No, is it $5 or $5.26? What is it? You'll
Yeah.
fuck my drawer up, right?
Yeah, man.
But man, it's a lot of things going on, and it's a lot of the whole story not being told. And even like, you heard on the show last night, we
What's up,
heard
Stick?
some things,
Yeah.
and we said, we have to research that to make sure we're not just talking out the side of our neck.
Right.
And I don't like to do that. Like on one of the shows last night, people just smooth jumped the fuck out the window.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, from high up, Sega man. I mean, these jokers on the 10th floor jumping out the window. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with them? And I was gonna, hey Sega man, I hope you hold to your word and don't bullshit us and really have to go and not be on here for 8 hours and you have to go to work, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but anyway, what were you gonna ask?
Well, our brother Unlimited, what's up, man?
Hey, what's
Unlimited,
up?
what's
What's
going on,
up?
man?
Good show last night, brother. Good
Hmm.
show, brother. I mean, I was enjoying the show. After I got, like I told Zinc, man, after lunch, I just took the phone
Hmm.
with me, man, and was going back to work. It was good podcast, man. Good to listen to. It helps you get through your day too. You know what I mean? It helps
Yeah,
you get through your day,
Definitely.
man.
yeah,
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 I was
yeah.
just telling them, Unlimited, that's why I like being on with you guys, especially you, because you're a numbers guy. You just can't say, hey, it's about $5. You'll be like, no, is it $5.26 or what is it?
Right,
What's the exact number? You'll fuck
right,
my
man.
drawer up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like we were saying yesterday, I just said to Sega man, I don't know if you heard this or not, but it's a lot. Things happened yesterday, and there's people jumping smooth out the window.
yeah,
I mean, from
Yeah.
the 10th floor. And I said, Unlimited, and I said, like, well, I heard some things, and I have to do a little bit more research before I come back. But here's what I think about from the numbers that I saw from the financial channel that I listened to, and and vice versa. And people don't and everyone has an opinion. That's the great thing about life and YouTube. You have an
Hmm.
opinion, but when people are demonstrative with
mm-hmm.
their factual opinion based off of a known troll and Jason Schreier,
Yeah,
now I'm going to call you into question, and I'm going to start attacking the shit out of some of these people
yeah.
because I'm kind of tired of it. But anyway, go ahead, Sega man. You were going to
Well,
ask something,
hey,
or
brothers.
Unlimited was about to say something.
Were you Unlimited?
No, no. I think you're gonna ask us both something.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, man. Listen. I'm. The benefit of working from home today is that I could join you for a few minutes
yeah.
as
Yep,
I get some work done. So,
yep,
I'm,
same.
I'm multitasking right now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
well, bro, well, brothers, I have a question for you guys. I've watched a video because I'm just hearing about this. You know, I work a lot.
Hmm.
I didn't know this, and I think you guys can go in more detail about this because you Unlimited, you're pretty have your ear to the streets, and so does pretty much others. Zinc. What brothers? What is going on with I didn't. This guy that had the video, I watched it. I wasn't satisfied, so I wanted to do this. I always do little hangouts one of the days a week. So what's going on with Adam Sessler? What's going on with him? There's people making memes about him and stuff he said about, I guess, some gamers or something like that. Do you know what's going on with him?
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much over the last week or so, he pretty much said that he's not a gamer. He's been attacking gamers. He even went on a podcast, kind of doubling down on
Uh
his
huh.
Twitter rants recently. I think it stems from his personal issues because, if I'm not mistaken, his wife either has cancer now, or passed away from cancer.
Oh,
And the
okay.
worst thing you could do when you're dealing with stuff like that is be on social media and be on Twitter dealing with morons who think the console wars, whose life revolve around the console wars. The guys who I saw yesterday who were saying stuff, Zinc, and that's what made me do the stream last night. Who I saw these people like your Jason Schreiers and all them other morons trying to make it seem like it's Xbox fault. Xbox is the reason
Oh,
for the mass
really?
layoffs, right?
Really?
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, man, and this is the end of 343, and
Yeah.
season 4 of Halo's canceled.
I
Stuff that
seen a
isn't
little bit of that.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point is, man, Adam Sessler dealing with what he's dealing. I think that's what's the crux of his breakdown. Basically, is that he's dealing with some serious personal issues, and he's making the wrong move by engaging with the worst possible people, which is pretty much the gaming community on Twitter.
Oh,
Right.
okay. What else?
Exactly.
What do you think, Zink?
And
Hey, I'm just hearing this.
I'm glad Unlimited said that because I didn't know. I just know about the things from the past and how Adam Sessler, I believe it was Hebot that said, and of course I trust whatever the fuck Hebot say.
Mhm.
I think Hebot said that he denounced his family because they were Republican or Democrat or something like that.
Oh, really?
And if you having family issues like that, now you don't have a fallback. And
Yeah,
I've always said I don't need a psychiatrist because I have a great family that'll tell you right from wrong, no matter what you think.
Hmm.
And I have better friends that'll say, "Hey, man, you fucking up," you
Mhm.
Yeah.
know, and to put you in your place. So people that know you, that know everything about you, is like, "Hey, no, man, you go back and do it this way." Instead of, like Unlimited said, the worst group of people to share something with that's personal and you're going through something is not only the gaming media, but any jackass on the internet,
Uh-huh.
because you don't know if that person is genuine or not.
Mhm.
So, hey, what's up, Six Slayer? But
Hey,
you don't
What's
know
up, Slick Slayer?
who you're dealing with over there. They could just be a straight asshole.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'd be on like Willie D's from Houston, your place Unlimited,
yeah,
and I'll jump in the chat from time to time and talking about some serious shit. And then here comes a Lone Ranger jackass saying something whack on a serious topic. So you never know what to deal with. You should never discuss your troubles on any social media site because you don't know what asshole you'll get. And then
Hmm.
somebody could have your house swatted, you
Mhm.
Yeah.
know. But like Unlimited said, I listened to a podcast when we got off the show, and dude, I mean, it's calamity. And and like Dia gave, oh, I forget that dude's name in the chat, Unlimited.
KR. It was KR.
KR, he's the numbers guy.
Yeah.
Well, and he got those numbers from Tom Warren, but I'm glad he presented it to us. That
Hmm.
means that he's looking for facts also.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As Unlimited and I said, hey, well, we don't want to say what we want to do a little more research before we come at somebody or state our factual opinion like everyone else is doing, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
just to put in perspective what was his name again?
KR. Like,
KR.
yeah.
To put in
Think of the
perspective,
rapper KRS-One.
Yeah.
correct. Well,
Great
yeah,
rapper.
well, yeah, you
Legend.
throw that in there now, I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
So anyway, you put this into perspective. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday because I helped a friend of mine that's a president of a division of a company, had her not hire people during the pandemic and not to give them raises during the pandemic. She thought they were going to falter back to where the country faltered when the banks collapsed.
Right.
She thought she was going to have to lay off everybody. I said, no, this is false. It's going to be great for you. The interest rates are low. You're going to be fine. They were breaking records. So when it comes raise time, she didn't give anyone a raise. She just gave them bonuses.
Yeah, I heard you
Me,
guys talking about that. Yeah.
right,
Good.
right. Meanwhile, her competitors was giving back people raises, hiring everybody. Now they're laying off everyone, and she's smooth sailing, right? So now but you know, those are two different business demographics, two different methodologies. Microsoft had to hire to keep up with in the way business was moving. And to go back to KRS-One, he he brought those numbers out from 2019 to 2022, depending on who you believe. I believe the financial channel that I listened to, a guy said Microsoft had 241,000.
You there? You there,
You
Zink?
did? Oh,
He probably
man.
lost his audio. What was he saying?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
you there?
You hear?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I apologize. I have to tap my phone to keep it on. But anyway, they had 241,000 employees, and then you know, the internet, the gaming media said 221,000. So let's just leave it there. You go from 2019 to 2022. And in the last year, 2021, you're at 181,000 employees. So you hiring like crazy. And by 2022, you have 221,000 employees. So in a 4-year span, you hired 100,000 people. Okay. So the bubble is going to burst. So you hired 100,000. You let go 10,000, that means you still hire 90,000 people in a 4-year span. And the same goes for 343. They're saying it went down to the gaming media. I think 343 hired over 100 people last year. And now you're letting go what, approximately, somebody said 50, somebody else said 4, somebody else said 10. No one knows. And here's the thing. I was listening to another guy I trust, and he said, and one of the guys that left 343 came out bitching. And I thought about that, and I said, everybody that's bitching within 343, those are the motherfuckers they kicking out.
Yeah.
Now they're using the excuses. Hey, we have to lay off, so you're out of here.
Right.
You know, I'll bet that's the first joker that went to Jason Schreier, because that's what he gets. He gets disgruntled employees, and they off and running. But anyway, go ahead, Unlimited.
No. Hey, man, you're absolutely spot on, man. Pretty much, this is how. Listen, this is how I treat numbers a lot of times. Whatever the official numbers are that comes from the mouths of Microsoft, I will believe first and foremost. You know, I'm not one of these people who, for some reason, thinks that these corporations are somehow lying to the government, getting away with it, and then I'm supposed to believe guys like Jason Schreier as the de facto truth tellers in the community, or that the guys who are telling the truth are the Colin Moriartys of the world. Come on now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Microsoft, Satya Nadella himself said it was like 5% of their workforce. You know, they didn't specify how many people were let go, you know, per division or per company. The guys from Bethesda, 343, whoever unfortunately lost their jobs. So right now, I'm just sticking with the number that Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, has confirmed. You know, so you know, this is look, like I said yesterday, this is more like an economic issue, you know, more so it's not the fault of Xbox alone and none of that nonsense. This doesn't interfere. I saw this hot take a lot too, Zink. Microsoft need to have their numbers checked, because if Game Pass is making all this money, they wouldn't have let go of 10,000. It's like, come on now. You think all 10,000 people are the engineers, software engineers working on Game Pass? Come on, you know what I'm saying?
And the thing, correct, Unlimited. And like you said, who you listen to? I listen to the financial guys. On the PC side, of course, Microsoft and PC and software, their biggest division.
Yes.
28% down. That's where the majority of the cuts came from. Is that? But again, you hired 90,000 people within a year, 100,000 rather, and you cut 10,000. Okay, you went. That's an alarming number.
Yes.
Since 2019, 2019 Microsoft employed 144,000 people. And in 2022, you go up to 221,000 or 241,000, whichever one number you believe.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay. So, those type of things, dude, you just have to put it in perspective. Microsoft had to keep up with the demand of the how business changed.
Yeah.
But I'd rather someone hire, and just that last year alone, 2021 to 2022, you jump from 181,000 to either 241,000 or 221,000. That's 60,000 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not so you cut 10. In 1 year, you hired 60,000 or 40,000. So now you fall back 10,000. I don't, of course, I don't like it. I hate it when people lose their job. But
Right.
dude, you have to
I
look
do
at
too.
the you
Well,
have to look at the bigger picture.
yeah, exactly. Back in 2020, when the pandemic hit, the oil company I worked for, production stopped 77% at the peak of
Wow.
COVID. All right. And it was unfortunate that they had to restructure basically a lot of our business practices at the time. Now that things have picked up, we've hired a lot more people. We are able to we're able to add to the workforce and more stuff like that. It's just part of it's part of business.
Mhm.
It's part of how economics work basically, this is something that I've seen firsthand. I've seen what happened
Same.
when production in your biggest, the biggest part of a company, what happens when, say, the oil, the oil production in your company goes down a whopping 77% during the height of pandemic. Yeah, of course that's going to lead to stuff like layoffs and reduction in pay and stuff like that. And the
Mhm.
same applies here. It's just not nearly as dramatic, but 28% for their PC division. Now remember, their biggest money maker is Azure. All right,
Yep.
that's their biggest bread and butter over at Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
And the
Xbox,
financial guy, Unlimited, what since you jumped at Azure, they said it came from not getting the chips that they needed.
you're right,
And that's
right,
the direct effect on Azure and what they're doing over there.
Mm-hmm.
exactly, and and from my understanding, I think Taiwan is where most of the chips are made. I believe, right,
In
and so
China, Taiwan, and it's another place Microsoft uses. They
Is it
have three
Korea?
sites. I don't know. I don't know. I just know China and Taiwan is
yeah,
one of them. And then I
Yeah.
think I forget where the other one is, but Microsoft has three.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah,
So you guys yesterday, I mean, y'all were hitting it out of the ballpark, man. About that. And like I said in Unlimited's chat, they act like Sony has never, lost studios or laid off anybody. It's just like we always say, every little thing that happens, Zinc and Unlimited, they
mhm.
got to go out there and say something. They got
Mhm.
to go out there and say something, man. About them laying off people. It's over for Microsoft, and Xbox is in trouble, and different things like that, man. I mean, it's every little thing that comes
Mhm.
up. They got to be there front and center to try to try to say something negative about Microsoft.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know.
And Unlimited brought up something yesterday. He said, and I didn't see this yet because I wasn't on that part of the internet. But eventually, I'm going to get to it because I love games, so I like to hear what people think, even if I'm not going to say anything in the chat.
Yeah.
So Unlimited brought up yesterday that that article from Jason Schreier snowballed into Halo is dying. They're going to get rid of Halo and they're going to get rid of this and get rid
What?
of
What's
that.
up, realist? What?
So all of this stuff actually happened. And I was listening to this one podcast, dude, and eventually I'm going to out them all. But dude, it was calamity. So now Microsoft is about to get rid of Halo, a game, an entity that's worth $5.5 billion. That's standalone cash right there.
Mm-hmm.
So if it were to be purchased, it would be north of $8 billion for the Halo franchise. Okay. That's more than all of ZeniMax. Okay. And all of that they own. Okay. That's what this place is worth. And then the Halo show that people are trying to denounce, you have that was a raging success.
Yeah.
Okay. So
heard
now
about
you
that.
mean to tell me you're talking about getting rid of all of that because you lost 10,000 employees after hiring 90,000, 100,000 almost within a year, and most of it's not coming from your side? You're stupid. And Sony don't have anything close to that.
No.
Okay. And like you said, Sega Man, um, about Sony never laying people off. No one talks about this. At the beginning of the PS4 generation, right before it started, Sony literally laid off half of their entire workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was not this much calamity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They have
It just
memory
wasn't.
loss. You know.
Right. It was not this much calamity that we're hearing today. But go ahead, Unlimited.
No. Yeah. Hey, man, you're absolutely right. I mean, Sony has listen. So also say this: Sony doesn't employ pretty much
No.
damn near a city's worth of people too.
Yeah.
You know, and Microsoft is also known as a great place to work for. So I'm pretty sure that the people they released are being taken care of as well.
Since you said that, Unlimited, let me jump in on you on that. The people that they release, they're going to keep their stock options for 6 months. They're going to keep their insurance for 6 months, and they're going to have an above average financial package.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead, Unlimited.
Yeah. They so as unfortunate as that they lost their job, this ain't like being let go from some random place, man. They gonna be taken care of because Microsoft is Microsoft, and like Zink said a few minutes ago, all that hiring was pretty much trying to keep up with demand at the time anyway. All markets fluctuate, all of them, every single one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Every single one fluctuates. So there's no such thing as infinite growth.
Nope.
That's just never going to happen. And what's going to happen is that I guarantee in a few years when there's another tech boom, Microsoft is going to hire like crazy again.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, as E-Rock said, everything's cyclical, including markets, including the business, including situation like this, and so look, Sega Man, none of this is going to negatively affect the games. They've already confirmed it first and foremost. So all the people who said that Starfield, they put these articles out a lot yesterday too, Zink. The rumor is Starfield is delayed to 2024 to November 2023.
Oh man,
and I'm
really?
like, yeah,
Wow.
and it's like, come on, man. This is what gets me. Why is it that they just blatantly lie like this? And why can't this is? I wish that if the gaming community had integrity, Destin Legary, the self-proclaimed Xbox fanboy, should be on his next video saying, "Why are you guys lying about this? Why isn't he the one saying this? Why do I have to say it? Why do I have to say, guys, stop fucking lying to us with articles like this?"
Yep.
Wow.
And see, and like you said, everything is cyclical. And the difference between the ladies' business and Microsoft can't afford to hold back, because if you don't hire when things get hot or a transition occurs, if you don't hire that fast, then you wind up on the wrong side of the pendulum. You wind up on the wrong side of the street and people pass you by. Like Sony. Sony is playing catch up to everything. They innovate nothing. Exactly. They're always following somebody. Microsoft is a leader. They're not a follower. Dude, you have to stay ahead of the game, then pull back. Okay, you just can't be out there and let everybody pass you by and hire. Then you're out. It don't work like that.
Yeah. So that
Oh, I wanted to say Gogo Poll. I have to respond to the chat.
Oh yeah, what's up,
Gogo
Gogo
Poll
Poll?
said, what podcast was it that I was speaking of? It was Boomsticks. And everybody on the panel, dude, they obliterated Microsoft. And it's just like Unlimited and I told Sega Man as soon as I jumped on here, this is why I'm glad I'm a part of this group. Because nobody jumps the fuck out the window until they have some facts. So they're deeming everything Jason Schreier said as bona fide fact. So they went into the decline of Halo and how Halo ain't shit. So I pulled the Unlimited this morning to see where Halo was. Halo is still in the top 20, but it's a failure. They immediately forget Halo made all of its research and development back within 3 weeks of being released.
Yeah.
But yet the game ain't shit. You know, they forget these things and they go on a tirade, and it pisses me off when Boomstick. This is the one thing I'm shitty about with Microsoft. If it's true, stop fraternizing with these motherfuckers, dude. Cut that shit out. You know, stop giving them exclusives. Stop doing all of this shit, because they always say, "Oh, and I love Microsoft. I love Halo. I love this. I love that." No, you don't. That is Sega Man. You have kids.
Yeah.
I love my kids. I love my kids. No, I'm gonna let little Johnny in on this secret. I'm not gonna tell my kids down the street. I'm gonna tell the kids down the street something that'll benefit them later on in life. I'm not gonna tell my kids, but I love my kids. That's how these hypocrites sound, dude.
Yeah.
I just sat back and there was times where I looked at my phone. I'm like, are they really saying this shit? You know, you just don't talk about something that you reportedly love like that. Now, that's one thing Microsoft should treat those fake ass Xbox YouTubers exactly how Sony treats them. Don't tell them shit. I've always said this: Microsoft should pull a Rockstar and not say shit to nobody.
Yeah.
Don't say shit.
That's what 100 also says.
Yeah.
Yep, he does.
And I don't blame y'all for thinking that way. You know, I personally I wouldn't want them to go that route, because I enjoy stuff like getting the developer directs.
Same, me too.
Knowing with certainty they're going to be at E3, Tokyo Game Show, Gamescom. You know, they might bring XO. You remember when they brought back XO 18 and 19 before the pandemic? These last 2-3 years, those were fantastic. That's how we got the announcement of Double Fine joining. That was when they announced Yakuza came to Game Pass. Was at XO? Was it XO 2019? I think. So Microsoft. That's why I think they could continue doing that. What they shouldn't do is have guys like Paris Lilly on their show.
My goodness gracious!
They need to stop having Jeff Keighley host it and have people who listen. I'll never forget that 2020 summer show they did. They had Jeff Keighley, and Jeff Keighley had people who are quote unquote Xbox fans who saying shit like, "Oh, I don't care about Halo." Yes. I'm like, what is this, man?
Yes, you will never hear a Sony person say, "I don't care about Spider-Man."
Yeah.
Even if they don't play, you will never hear that shit. You know, it's like me. I do not play Minecraft. Okay. I don't like the game, but I know how important it is to Microsoft, and my kids love that damn game. Okay. I understand the importance. I don't play it. Okay. But is it a great game? Absolutely, for what it does. It's different. You know, but you're not going to hear me up here denouncing everything to the hilt, you know, and then say, "Oh, my favorite game is Spider-Man." Oh, I can't wait on that. And I love it how Unlimited you were talking, and people are saying in the gaming groups, I'm glad E3 is back. Microsoft always had E3, dude. Yep. They didn't go anywhere. I mean, when they couldn't congregate, they had an online thing, but we had something. Okay. Meanwhile, Sony disappeared. No one said shit. Oh, it's smart when Sony does it.
Yeah. No. This is what happened when Sony stopped going to E3 back in like 2018. Oh, that's it. Nobody cared about E3 anymore. Even though the numbers showed that their audience, the participation, as in people who are going to E3, rose considerably each year, even without Sony, even without quote unquote the bangers of Sony. The participation, foot traffic, if you will, traveling, and the money that went to E3 before the pandemic was
Yes,
rising
unlimited.
each year. You could look all these up. I'm not
Yep.
making this shit up.
Nope.
You could look up attendance records. They were literally setting Zinc attendance records before the pandemic at E3 without Sony. And so when they were pretending to praise the death of it, that's when I was
Yes.
I was like, no, come on, guys, let's stop this.
And that's why I said on, I think, E-Rock show a week ago or whatever, all of those people that was trying to promote Jeff Keighley and denounce E3 and saying they shouldn't have it, and reciting when E3 let their personal information out, when Sony let everybody's information out for over a month,
Yep.
and Microsoft
And
said,
lied. Hold on. Yeah, I was about to say,
Go
didn't
ahead,
mean to
get 'em.
cut you off, but it's
Get 'em.
important to point. They lied. They straight up said no, we didn't release the info until they couldn't hide it anymore. Then it turned out they lost millions and millions of people's credit card information and other personal information, to the point that people like E-Rock were, their information was stolen. That E-Rock even says he still gets emails over shit that he didn't, that's attached to his name now in 2023.
And who helped them out, Unlimited? Microsoft helped them get back on track.
Yep.
They should have let those fuckers die then, But see, people want to forget that. But all of those people that were denouncing E3, now they all excited to go to E3. No, don't go. Go to Jeff's thing at on the 8th. I think it's starting on June 8th. I won't tune in.
Oh, that boring Summerfest, whatever.
Summerfest garbage. Okay.
Just Summerfest has been unbearably horrible. It's just unbearably terrible. This shit is an embarrassment to gaming.
Hey, Unlimited, talking to everybody, just like I told you guys, when they say about Microsoft, laying people off, they do the same thing when it comes to other things they want to try to put against whatever they have. Like you guys were talking about yesterday on the Unlimited Truth, I believe. They're trying to say now that I guess they're just trying to say that the Last of Us show is better than the Halo show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what the hell is going on with that, man? I mean, the show just came out, and all of a sudden we're looking for something and all this other stuff, and I'm like, seriously, your show just came out, and you're trying to say now it's better, it's doing better than the Halo show. Please give me a break.
Yeah, from my understanding, Sega Man, it's the same story as the game. So pretty much just put the disc in your PlayStation and you have the exact same experience. Except you could push circle to keep the cutscenes growing. That's the only difference.
Man.
Right. And we don't lie here. I got this off of K Mega, because he was tired of this point, that the Last of Us show.
Yeah, that's the video you sent me yesterday. Great video.
Yeah, shout out to Mega. Yeah.
Yeah, because The Last of Us had 4.7 million viewers, and everybody was shaming Microsoft what could have been for the Halo show. Speaking of Sony. Meanwhile, the Halo show outdid that Western. The Western broke all these records, and Halo beat that, but they didn't release the Halo numbers. But the numbers of this show was 4.9 million. So K Mega said, so let's say Halo did 4.9 million and won. Okay, what? It beat it. You just have to win by 1 point, and the game is over, right?
Yeah. So, let me. Sorry to cut you off, but I do want to point something out. Paramount has less subscribers than HBO Max.
That's
so it's
amazing.
Even more impressive that they outdrew but the Western and The Last of Us with a smaller user base. Just want to point
incredible.
that out.
And I'm going to use that forever. You shouldn't have said that. I don't need any more ammunition. Please don't provide me with more. You know what I'm saying? And Gogo Poe, I agree. I actually like Boom, and I try and give them chances. But dude, I get so sick of the complaining. And Unlimited alluded to this yesterday. He said, is it was either Unlimited or Tuckmaster said the negativity of the YouTubers, it's always something. Everybody
Always.
is categorically saying anything they can against Microsoft, dude. I mean, it's everywhere. It's every show. What Microsoft needs to do better, and all it do is always something. They can never catch a break with anybody, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all over
and
the
it's
place.
always been baffling to me that Microsoft are the ones who need to step their game up, but they're the only ones who can afford Activision, Bethesda. They're the only ones giving us start. They're the only ones who giving us new IPs. They're the only one who's not holding gaming back by supporting the PlayStation 4 for another 8 fucking years, right? And yet they're the ones who need to do better. That's why I
Yeah.
always say, Zinc, is that a lot of these dudes, they just want Xbox to be PlayStation 2.0, and I don't know why they don't just admit it. They want the review scores, they want the Game of the Year award from Jeff Keighley, they want all that. Basically they want the same shit Sony gets. And I keep trying to tell you, if you're an Xbox fan, abandon that thought process right now, because that's not the Xbox way, and
Mhm.
Xbox is never going to get that level of treatment. All right, it's
Yeah.
just not going to happen.
They're just not
Especially
gonna-
now,
Yeah.
especially now that if Xbox were to get the recognition they deserve, Zinc, that would kill Sony off for good.
It
Because
sure would.
yeah, easily, because now now all the commercials will say Game of the Award winner Starfield, and people will see that, casuals will see that shit and be like, oh shit, I gotta try this out.
Mhm.
Now, Matt, I cannot wait. Excuse me. Excuse me. I cannot wait until Call of Duty's on Game Pass day
Yeah.
one, because the casual's gonna eat that up, man.
I can't wait to hear what
Oh,
they got to say, Unlimited. I can't.
yeah.
I can't wait, brother.
That's
Yeah,
why I like to go after Unlimited. Now Unlimited just brought up the Activision deal, and I look forward to that. That's my area of study, business. I love to hear about that. Unlimited brings this up. YouTubers are using that against Microsoft. Yeah, you're spending $68.7 billion, and now you're over here laying off people at Halo and Bethesda, and everything is going down. Like, oh my goodness
You
gracious.
know what? This what. Excuse me, Unlimited. Excuse me. This one thing I don't like about people. Now they forgetting one doggone thing that Xbox the last 4 years have been hiring people out of the vanilla. They've been hiring people. So what do you expect?
Mhm.
They got. I mean, like they said, they going back like almost back to the '80s, spending money. And they don't got, and people can't spend that money like they used to.
Mhm.
Because the '80s they spent a lot of money
Mhm.
Yeah.
to get where they was at.
A great point, Tuck, and that's what we were talking about earlier in the show. I brought up those numbers that our KRS1 had. KR had, I should say, his name correctly. The name that the guy that KR brought up. Tuckmaster, to your point, 2021, I'll just bring it to these 2 years here. 2021, they had 181,000 employees. 2022, they had 221,000, or if you believe my financial channel I listen to, 241,000. Tuckmaster, that's 60,000 people they hired in a year.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you cut back 10,000 people and you're bitching. Well, again, I really don't like it when anyone loses their job, but look, you have to put that in perspective. Go ahead.
Another thing too,
Yeah.
why are they not complaining about what Amazon did? I mean, Amazon laid off what 310,000 people.
Whoa, that's a new number. I thought they laid off 18,000. They better not lay out.
No, I mean,
Maybe.
not Amazon, not Amazon. Ooh, there was a company that laid off a lot of people.
Yeah, well, Amazon, at first, Amazon projected they were going to lay off 11,000, and we just got this number. It's going to be 18,000.
Yeah.
And what's the internet site? Facebook is laying off, I think 11,000. Yeah. And what's up, Anthony Chipmunk?
Yeah, shout out
100,
to Chipmunk. Good
and
brother.
somebody else jumped in there too.
But they're not talking about that.
Louis Frag.
Louis Frog is in here. Frag is
But
in
the
here.
strangest thing, they're not
Also.
talking about that at all.
No, only one YouTuber talked about it yesterday. Mentioned Amazon and Facebook. But but you just, and I know Amazon hired a hell of a lot of people during the pandemic because everything was going, you know, everything was on call. Everything was, what's that one company? Lyft drivers and the other company.
Uber.
We were, my mother is older, and we had Walmart delivering her groceries to her house.
Yeah, oh, my mom does the same thing too.
Yeah, and people still do that. The landscape of business has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
totally.
and with the companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and the others, you have to adapt that with the change, and you're going to have to cut back at the end of it. Now we're at the end of it, so now you see some cutbacks.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right, and that's just a natural progression of thing. And all this tells me, Zink, is even more confirmation that these dudes don't know what they're talking about, which is why it
Hmm.
stuns me that they have a following where they could
It's
say,
amazing.
yeah, that they say this stuff out loud, and their viewers don't just exit out the videos like, okay, this is nonsense.
Hmm.
I don't think anything Zink or Tuck or Segaman has said today is anything like, it's not rocket science. It's not something that you need a damn finance degree to understand.
Hmm.
You know, it's pretty it's pretty clear cut. Okay, during good economic times you hire, during recessions or economic slowdowns you lay off. And then not only that, Microsoft released such a small portion of their overall employee base that it's not this massive effect on it that people pretend it is.
Correct. It's not going to
What's
affect
up,
the
Mohammed?
company. We don't like people losing their job, but it's
Hmm.
not going to affect the power of Microsoft. And I'm going to tell you something. With all of the layoffs, expect this because this is coming. And like Unlimited said, it doesn't take rocket science to figure this out. With eggs being $7, let's say in California, eggs being $99 in New York, eggs over here in the Chicago area, 657 bucks in
Mm.
places. When people can't afford that price, I remember during the start of the pandemic, the farmers, they got hit hard because they supply schools with lunches and milk.
Yeah.
They had to dump millions of gallons of milk in the trench because it's spoiled. Where's all this milk going that we have now? When people can't afford to buy those products in those store shelves, now it's not going to be the entire economy, but it's going to be a big amount. It's going to
Right.
be enough. It's going to be significant enough. They're going to have to fall back. You're just not going to be able to sell products at any price, with this many layoffs here.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You're correct.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
That Halo thing, guys. That was just. I mean, when I
crazy.
heard that, I was like, "Damn, man, you can't get no breathing room. You can't get no kind of a break. Every time you turn around, something's popping up on your phone about these dumbass. I mean, just it's crazy."
Hmm. Yeah, and you bring up Halo. Halo is a cash cow to
Hmm.
them. It's not going anywhere. And it's like me, Halo is my favorite franchise, but I play Gears the most because they have when Firefight comes out, that's going to change. When Forza comes out, that's going to change.
Hmm.
But Gears isn't even in the top 100, I think. But every time I turn it on, it's games to play. And in the smallest part of Gears, which is Horde mode,
Yeah,
not the online portion where everybody else is. It's my spot where the Horde mode is. And I had and I like Hargeet Chani in the chat, intelligent dude. But when I hear him yesterday going all in, saying Halo is dead, they need to change 343. They're gonna move it out of there. It needs to take over. What in the hell happened to you?
yeah.
I
That, that,
mean, no, none of that is going to occur. You know, just
Yeah.
insanity.
And another thing I do want to say, and this is coming from somebody who's extremely anticipated for Starfield, who would play a RPG before I play Halo, if I'm to be completely honest with you. I saw that article that said that Starfield is going to take over as
Oh my goodness
Microsoft's biggest
gracious.
franchise, and no, that's not going to happen either. We went through this.
Wow, bro.
We
Really?
went through this 4 years ago with Gears 5 when they were putting out
Yeah.
articles saying Gears 5 is going to replace Halo, and I was saying then, as much as I love Gears,
Hmm.
it's not guys. This Halo is a Mount Rushmore level game. We got to stop every time a big game happens. We got to stop saying it's gonna, for Xbox. We got to stop saying it's going to replace Halo. It's going to be in addition to Halo.
Hey, Vodka.
That's how we.
Yeah.
That's how we should look at it. In addition to Halo, but nothing's overtaking Halo as the top dog for Microsoft.
Hmm.
And that's another thing.
Go ahead.
Another thing, Unlimited. Why do they have to? What's up, Vodka? How you doing, brother?
And channel,
And
Deploy,
channel, yeah, all you
and
deploys,
Fatal
619.
Charade.
I guess, man.
Why they always got to say that something's going to take over Halo? What's the big deal about Halo, man? Everything's got to take over Halo, and they always got to put Halo in their mouth, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's Halo. It's like how in basketball everybody's the next Michael Jordan. It's just one of them things where Halo's so big and so big and so influential, especially for the Xbox brand, that everybody use Halo as the litmus test, basically.
right? That's what it seems like. Unlimited, yeah.
But the problem is there's a reason Halo's the litmus test is because it's Halo.
Mhm.
And as much as I'm going to love Starfield, it's not going to be bigger than Halo. You know what I'm saying? As much as I'm going to love the Outer Worlds 2 or Fable, they're not going to make 600 million that's opening weekend or something like that, like Halo did.
Yeah.
And well, I don't know if it could or couldn't because but it won't sustain that over a period of time. But the thing about the difference with Halo and Todd Howard's game, Todd Howard has an incredible PC community.
Mm-hmm.
His PC community is bigger than Halo's community, even though the Master Chief Collection have 10 million people playing it on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a big game. I don't know what they're going to do, but it won't be bigger than Halo, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. That's why I said it's going to be in addition to Halo, because it's going to be another massive game under Xbox library. But it's not replacing Halo as the face of Xbox. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad you brought that up again, Unlimited, because why does everybody want to divide and conquer within Microsoft? Why can't they say, man, Halo is so strong, it's going to keep Killzone defunct.
Yeah.
Halo is going to keep what's that other shitty game that none of my PlayStation Resistance. Why isn't it not going to keep Resistance down? Why isn't it not going to keep SOCOM from coming out? Why, Sega Man, why are you putting one of your kids against the other kid? Sega Man, why are you doing that? Sega Man, why are you putting your kids before your wife?
Right.
You shouldn't do that. Why are you separating your family, Sega Man? Why are you doing that? I can't believe you're doing this shit. This is how people talk. Why are you pitting Xbox family against Xbox family when Todd Howard said, hey, man, I don't know how I would have made it a few years without Phil Spencer talking to me. But people don't want to talk about things like that.
They like talk about good stuff, man. That's how this world is, man.
What do you think about that, Tuck? What do you think about? What do you think about it, Tuck? Your brothers are chiming. What you think, man?
Man, the way I said about the whole doggone thing is this, okay? People want to talk about this blah, 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 blah stuff, but they forgetting that Microsoft has been employed a lot of people in the last 4 years. Okay, it's no doggone big deal. It's 5% of their market. I mean, 5% of their base. That's no big deal. I mean, now I don't like to see people lose their jobs, but like you said, they're taking care of the people for 7 to 8 months.
Baca, you're an asshole, man.
Yeah, Baca ain't shit.
So I'm just saying.
Said government cheese on deck. I'm sorry, Tuck. You an asshole, Baca.
I ain't worried about Baca. I get Baca back myself, so don't worry about
government cheese on deck, dude. You crazy, man.
But nah, dude. I mean, it's it's like before I went to bed, my friend he called me telling me this, and I told him I went and hung in this phone, the phone in his face and went to bed because I didn't want to hear it no more. Everybody want to talk about what Microsoft is doing. They losing the war? Xbox is taking them down and all that stuff. I'm like, y'all, I said, are y'all delusional? I said, do you see how many people they didn't hire in the last 4 years? So what do you expect? I mean, like I told this nut, they are spending money like the 80s, and they don't have that type of money to spend like that, like the 80s no more. Yeah. So what they had to do, they had to cut back. They are saving the people 6 months of health insurance. They have a service pay for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
and they keep their stock options.
Wait. There's some people that's not even doing that.
Oh, hell, no one is doing that because they're paying them above scale for their severance pay, and they're keeping their stock options.
So let me ask you this, y'all. The last time when Sony laid people off, was they doing that?
No, hell no.
They laid people off and they didn't even care about them. Didn't even care about them. They just laid them off.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart do the same thing too.
And here comes Channel.
I'm very sure that Amazon. Well, I'm not really sure Amazon do the same thing.
Channel's another one. He's another one. He's another numbers guy. He's just like Unlimited.
And here comes Channel. Biased gaming media they're tired of hyping up the next Halo killer. So now they changed to Halo is dead and a lie told a million times.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
what
point.
It is an excellent point. And that's what they've reverted to. Because Halo is just terrible no matter what. No matter all the success it just had with the release it had in December, with Forge and people making all of these fantastic maps. Okay. And Jason Schreier being proven wrong again. J.S. Corden being proven wrong again with Halo is switching to Unreal Engine. It's hard to program for the slip space engine. Yet these so-called nobody people are making incredible maps. This one dude made a map off the inside of a DeLorean vehicle. It was scaled to be huge, but it's actually the inside of a DeLorean car.
Man.
Hey, Sega man, I know you love Sony, but I don't see Killzone. Killzone is not doing that anytime soon.
Man.
Well, Killzone not even being made no more. So
man, Killzone, they took that shit off their live service.
Listen, this is how bad Killzone is. Killzone released at the height of the Xbox One hate, and it still couldn't affect Halo, and it couldn't do nothing. Yeah. And it's dead, and it's been dead for a decade ever since. So that's how I know that game is terrible. That you couldn't have had a bigger advantage than the hate Xbox One had in 2013 when it released, and it still couldn't compete.
And then have Hip Hop Gamer saying how great how much better the Killzone 2 was than that false video they put out saying this is the game, and it wasn't the game. And when they got out, and then Hip Hop was like, "Oh, the actual game looked better than that video." I was like, "Oh wow!" It's like, okay, But yeah, man, it's just all over the place. Yeah, I'll never forget that day, dude. That was epic.
Yeah,
and then here come Deploy jumping in here, talking his shit, talking about factions.
Yeah.
Hey, Unlimited. Halo Infinite released unfinished. Oh. So why is it The Last of Us coming in without factions? Why didn't that shit release unfinished?
3 years.
Did they say 3 years? That's all Unlimited?
It came out 3 years ago and it's still unfinished.
Still don't have factions. Nobody's saying a word. This is why I hang with the chat, dude. Shit like that. I need to remember stuff like that for when we talk like this.
Yeah.
But nobody show, and like the other guy said, I do like Boomstick, okay? But I get so sick of the complaining, dude. I have to. It's just no elite. One of the podcasts had somebody on, and I was just looking at the chat because I don't comment anymore. And Shis No Elite said, "I'm out." He just left the chat because
Wow.
when you do too much bullshitting and shit's no elite and in there, fighting, for the greater good, and eventually Shishino will get pissed and be like, "Hey, I'm out," and I'll never see him again. He just leave the chat, dude. It's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, man. Because they so ridiculous with it, man. They so ridiculous. You couldn't. It's weird because no matter how, because Xbox has done everything right. Xbox has addressed every criticism. They gave them everything they asked for, and they still hate them dudes, man.
Still not satisfied. It's like a bad kid, You give this kid the world and they don't respect you, And Microsoft is too nice to the YouTube public. Like the Bible says, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. You give these people everything they want and they become spoiled. It's like I said this on another show. Everybody is bitching about, I think I said this yesterday. Everybody is bitching about, when is Starfield released? I gotta know. When is Avowed coming? I gotta know. Why is nobody telling us when these PlayStation games coming out?
That's right.
Hold on, Zink. What PlayStation games?
Tell him, Other Zink.
Unlimited caught me in a lie. I don't know.
Tell him, Zink.
I don't know what games.
What PlayStation games?
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Wolverine.
Oh, 2 games.
And after that, what other AAA game is coming out that you're making, dude? That's yours.
They don't have shit coming out after Spider-Man.
No.
That's it. Unlimited and Other Zink. When is Wolverine coming out? Is that coming out in 2026?
2025, 2026.
And even that's an assumption. We don't fucking know.
We don't know.
No release date.
We don't know. But nobody is demanding a roadmap from Sony, so we don't know.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is the biggest thing that cracks me up now is that now, they talk about the announcement of when the PS6 is going to come out.
PS6?
Okay. I said 2027?
No,
like,
no.
I said, why are you even talking about 2027, dude? I mean, but they get up for it, man, dude. Believe it or not, these Sony fans get up for that stuff, man. They really get up for that. I mean, like, give them something that's going to go that deep into the future.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Hey, I'm glad you yelled at me, Unlimited. For that. Stuff, man. I'm glad you yelled at me, Unlimited, for that egregious comment I made about Sony games, because the realest one did the same. He's like, "What games?"
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is Zink talking about?
Listen, we don't even listen. We know probably half of the studios Xbox working with have games coming. We don't know what anything Sony got after Spider-Man.
Yeah. Unlimited. Let me jump on Unlimited right there, and I'm gonna let you go again, Unlimited. And you hear YouTubers complaining about the 12-month window that Microsoft provided for us at E3 that didn't happen last June. Okay, they're bitching about that now. Sony has given us no window. Go ahead, Unlimited.
Yeah. No. You're absolutely right. So Sony also blew their load. Releasing all these PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Excuse me, because that's what Horizon Forbidden Entertainment, Gran Turismo 7, and God of War are. I love it. Yeah, they're nothing but PlayStation 4 games being sold at $10 more expensive on a PlayStation 5 as a quote-unquote upgrade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With no multiplayer.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, how can I forget The Last of Us? Sold less content, no multiplayer, resold them at $70 for the 3rd time in 3 generations in a row.
Yeah,
that's their bangers.
Mm-hmm. That's
How
their
many
bangers.
multiplayer games, Unlimited and Zink, does PlayStation actually have? Is it just Call of Duty?
That's it.
They have this game that flopped called All-Star. It was some stupid game that
flopped. Godfall too. PlayStation All-Stars?
No, that's on Xbox as well.
What?
No. It's All-Star something, and I remember because it was a terrible multiplayer game that all the PlayStation fanboys on Twitter pretended to like for a week, and then they stopped playing it, and the game is so bad that the developers had to kill it less than a year after.
I forgot what game you're talking about. Was that the one by? That's not the one by Cliffy B, is it?
No.
No.
It was some type of. It had some. You know, you. It was like a rip off of soccer cards, basically. I mean, Rocket League.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my goodness!
I forgot the name
Please,
of it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that trash too, and
I forgot the name
and they
of it.
initially charged $70 for that thing before they
Yeah.
dialed it back.
Yeah, and it was so bad. Even though all the PlayStation fans pretended to like it. Oh, I mean, I don't
Destruction
care.
All Stars.
That's it. Destruction
That
All
was
Stars.
courtesy of
I don't
Deploy.
care. Yeah, I don't care.
Deploy 619 is a PlayStation fanatic.
Okay, yeah,
I'm bullshit.
That's what it was, man. Destruction All Stars, and all of them said the same thing. I don't care. The game got a 60 Metacritic. This game is fire, and then the game was dead in less than a year.
Well,
Right.
hey, Unlimited, that's where you're wrong. They got 2 more games they got online multiplayer, and one is Ghost of Tsushima, which nobody ain't playing it.
Nobody.
And Resistance, and we know nobody. Ain't
No,
playing
Resistance been dead a long time, and they killed Godfall also. But yeah, you spot on with that first one. But Resistance has been dead almost a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here comes Rain G4 with his bullshit. Do you guys miss Stadia? Stadia, did it ever happen? Yeah, do you guys miss Stadia?
Oh my!
None of us played Stadia.
And Stadia wasn't around long enough to miss.
Yeah. Yeah. That was just proof that even if you have money, you know, being successful in gaming takes more than being a big company. That's why I find it funny when I saw PlayStation fans begging for Apple and Elon Musk to buy Sony last year. And it's like, no, that ain't gonna solve all your problems, man. Just because Apple has money doesn't mean they know how to run a successful gaming company.
Yeah, and I'm kind of pissed that Honda went in and let Sony come in on them with that car.
Oh yeah.
Because that's the only way they have a chance to succeed.
Wait a second. So number one, how much the damn car gonna cost?
I have no idea. It's coming out 2026, 2025 out of pre-order. So you'll have about 100 Sony fanatics buying it regardless of whatever.
Shit. Now with the electric car, they not.
No, knowing Sony prices, that's going to be $100,000 car.
Yeah, and you know what though, you're wrong about that, Tuck, because those 10 Xbox PlayStation fanatics that sued Microsoft so they wouldn't get Activision, I think they could afford it if they stupid enough to afford an attorney to try and sue Microsoft.
Oh, I don't know about that because they can't afford $15 a month for Game Pass. That's why they hate it.
I know,
so much.
You're kind of right though. These jokers.
And even Unlimited touched on something really good. You guys were actually talking about yesterday on the Unlimited Truth. Is they like talking about games and haven't even scratched the surface yet, like Hogwarts Legacy. They're talking about that game.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else brought up something going off of what you just said. One of the guys in the chat brought up this graphic that Sony released the other day with these games that they don't own.
Yeah.
Somebody just said,
was it Channel?
It was Channel. There his ass is up there. There it is. Yep. How about the PlayStation 5 and 2023 trailers? Street Fighter, Dead Space, Assassin's Creed. All they got is Spider-Man.
And here's a kicker. Sorry to cut you off, Zink.
Go ahead.
But here's the kicker. At the bottom of the screen, you know what it said? Only on PlayStation 5.
What?
Correct.
I kid you not.
He is not making this up.
How are they allowed to do that shit? That's fucked up.
See, this is how they the technicality, because the way that they do it is like, well, we're saying it's not on PlayStation 4, which is a lie because some of them games are cross-platform games. So
right,
but still, you know it's Sony. And even with the so here's another thing, Hogwarts Legacy, which I'm playing on Xbox, is going to have an exclusive mission on the PlayStation 5, PlayStation version, basically, right? And on the box, you know what it's going to say? Only on PlayStation in big letters, and then in tiny letters is going to say exclusive mission. But
Day one content.
Isn't that false advertising?
If somebody want to call them on it, yes, they can win, but you know they're not going to do it though.
Yeah.
Man, that
like
is messed up how they can still get away with that, because that's how they actually got. I mean, they were even, like you said, they were doing that too, also in that, like the the PS4 days too.
a
It's just
lot.
amazing how they can keep getting away with that shit, man. For real.
Mhm.
They
Hey,
can.
hey, you know what we got to do? We got to get Vaca. Either his punk ass need to get on 100 show, or one of our shows, because as much as you and I like Forza, Sega Man, the cars Vaca creates,
Oh, they're fantastic. He made me one. They're
Unlimited.
fantastic.
This dude, he create that shit that you see at a graphics design class somewhere at a college or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some real stuff that's bad as
He does
hell.
a good job.
Yeah,
Really.
so I want to see what he think about Forza, the new one coming out.
Yeah, that's something other Zinc. I'm pretty sure Unlimited and Tuck is a racing to some extent a racing enthusiast. He likes the F1 series. I cannot wait to see the new Forza. I really cannot wait to get. I'm getting that day one. If they have a special edition, I'm buying a special edition because I'm a diehard Forza fan. I can't wait to see and play the new Forza and see the power of the Xbox Series X. Man, it'll go on the S, but I can't wait to see it on our preferred consoles, which is the Xbox Series X.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a fantastic game, Unlimited.
Oh yeah, and so the last 2 days, I've been playing Forza Motorsport 7 again these last 2 days, and it just reminded me again why it's my favorite racing game for a reason. Forza Motorsport is gonna be a generational. Turn 10 already said, Zinc, it's going to be a generational leap compared to 7. And as mind blowing as 7 was, just playing it yesterday, last 2 days basically, I could only imagine what the next Forza Motorsport is going to do.
Yeah,
Dude, I can't stand it. That game is supposed to have procedural generating in it.
Wow.
I mean, dude, come on, man. That game is going to be special.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's going to be incredible. And what's it? The realist. What we were just talking about the bullshit marketing that Sony's doing. He said the EU already got on Sony for their scumbag marketing. And they did. I knew it was one of those nations over there that got on Sony. Somebody even sued them. I don't know where it's going to go, but yeah, they have that mysterious ass marketing they have.
I guess Unlimited and Zinc. I guess them saying that they think that's going to keep them afloat, but obviously it's not.
Yeah, and so I do want to point some out while we're on the topic of marketing, because somebody tried to come at me with this, Zinc. He said, but Xbox shows trailers and they put Xbox Series X as well. The difference is, if you go to a multi-plat game on the Xbox YouTube channel, they never put only on Series X. They never put exclusive to Series X when it's only content. They never do shit like that. But on Sony's videos, they literally put only on PlayStation 5 to deceive people thinking, oh, this must be another PlayStation exclusive.
Yep.
When it's on every fucking platform.
Yep, they do.
And seeing this is what we need more of. And Dr. Vaca jumps in here talking about Australia got on Sony about 4K, because really Sony don't have shit 4K.
Oh,
they don't have shit 4K.
They
dude.
don't.
They
have
don't.
checkerboard rendering.
They ain't got shit 4K. They full of shit.
Now, hell, they put 8K on the PlayStation 5 box.
I know, man.
They put 8K on the box, dude.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
I mean, and they put it in there in gold letters too.
Yeah. It's just hilarious to me because
got to make that box look good, brothers. Got to get them sold.
I think Ori and the Will of Wisp is 6K on the Series X, and that's the highest resolution I've seen so far.
I think I heard about that. Yeah. Didn't they say Unlimited or Other Zinc? You might know this too, Other Zinc. Didn't they say that one of the Gears games went up higher than? I can't remember if somebody did a video about it or they were talking about it, how it went up to more than, because it's 4K 60, right? Or 4K 120 frame, right?
Yeah, in the multiplayer, it'll go there.
Did it ever go higher? Somebody said it went higher. I can't remember who it was or what podcast it was or something like that. It was called higher or something like that.
I don't know about it going higher, but I've said that they're always doing something different. and you know how much I play the game. I always see something different happening. Like one time, one of the monsters was in this like not tunnel, but underneath this little room. I threw a fire grenade in there, and it hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
The fire started dripping off the top of the ceiling. I
Oh,
said,
really?
okay, I've never seen this shit before. You know, so it's always something new that they did to the game. And like Unlimited's favorite game, Horizon Forbidden Entertainment, when something blows up, it'll disappear and won't hit you. Well, in Gears, you know how they have a tornado of those leeches.
Yeah.
Well, a boomer had gotten blown up, and you know how those leeches will come out the bottom of the tornado that's constantly trying to suck you towards the tornado that they create. Well, the leeches will pop out. Well, somebody blew up a boomer, and a piece of the boomer went towards me, and I went to go shoot it, and it wasn't a leech. It was a piece of the boomer that they exploded. And when I shot it, it broke apart.
The physics
Okay?
is phenomenal in Gears.
It's unbelievable.
it really
But in
is.
Horizon Forbidden Entertainment, with their great engine, whatever the fuck it is, you can't do that. Just like Halo has a horrible engine by all YouTuber standards, and
Yeah.
a cone can get hit with a rocket, hit you in the head and kill you. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening in Horizon Forbidden
Well, Zink, did you
Entertainment.
know the slip space engine is garbage, man?
It's horrible. It's the worst thing ever created. But you know the things that it does, you don't see in any Sony game, any Sony exclusive.
Mhm.
Oh, like like Tuckmaster, he loves Gran Turismo 7. You'll hit a wall of tires and nothing happens. In Forza Motorsport 7, you hit these tires, these motherfuckers bounce off onto the road and shit.
See, you know what? Addison, you about to get cussed out over here. you about to really get cussed out over here.
Yeah, I don't
Ain't
want
no
to
way
take
in the world
Sega
I haven't liked
Man's
Gran
place
Turismo. I haven't liked Gran Turismo game
since the
man,
PS1.
PS1 days.
Yep, PS1, PS2.
Yeah, that's how long it's been. And now, and the thing about it is, this should be truthful, guys. I am a realist when it comes down to race car games. I love the hitting. I love the wall smashing. I love the tires flattening. I love the going to the pit stop and gas up your car and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what type of good driver. That's what type of gamer I am when it comes down to race cars. So
Yeah,
I am
and
glad to see Microsoft bring that back in the Forza Motorsport series. I just want to see how realistic it's going to be.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
you
I
know
want.
they have it in there if you have to configure it for gas and tire. You'll have to pit so many times, but when you pit, I want to see a pit crew.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Yeah, I want to see
And I want to see a pit crew. That's the one thing Gran Turismo have. At least they have some people out there. It's like, yeah, these jokers working on the ride, right? But
right.
you know, I want that. You know, and I want a NASCAR circuit and a Formula One circuit, and I'm good. And the realist said here, physics isn't Halo's problem. The realist, I want to know Halo's problem, other than content that they had to deliver when you have that many people dispersed and not working in a normal environment. You lost a year and a half of production, period. At minimum, everyone lost a year and a half through the pandemic. At least they were capable of giving us a game as well as that game is made through adversity. When the other good game that was made outstanding was Call of Duty, that had 9 damn studios working on the fucking game. Okay.
Yeah.
And Battlefield praising 343 saying the reason Battlefield failed, among other things, is Halo release polished. The fucking game released polished. If I were Microsoft, one thing I would have said, I would have just said, hey, this is the game. You know, maybe in a couple years we'll give you an update, and we're going to give you this multiplayer free. I wouldn't have said anything about updating the game every month. I would have just surprised the fuck out of everybody.
I mean,
That's what, because Halo is held to a standard
Yeah.
that only Halo can be judged by. No, if you whatever problem you say Halo have, I could point out. I wish somebody would come at me talking about Halo, because whatever problem you say Halo have, the people down the street don't have what Halo has. So why is Halo held to the outstanding standard that no one else can reach? You
One
know?
guy good for doing that is that Paris dude, man.
Oh my goodness gracious, boy.
I cannot stand that brother, man. I really can't.
Not at all. He better hope he never show up. I never show up. He never better come to a show that I like.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm in the chat.
yeah. He gonna have to duck out before I get there, because I ain't letting him slide.
I mean, damn. Other Zinc and Unlimited. That dude, he even he used to host Xbox shows, and that dude, I'm like, man, this dude is.
It's that fake stuff. And the realist is exactly. I don't even play Halo. I'll put Halo on realist. I'll put Halo on just to see what's going on, and thumb through it. But I ain't shit in multiplayer anymore. So I don't play it like that. But when they drop Firefight, then you'll see me playing that mod, because that's the method of gameplay that I like. So but I know when something is good, like Assassin's Creed is phenomenal, dude. But where am I going to spend all my time? Now I'll always buy Assassin's Creed for my kids because I know it's great. I know Minecraft is great. I don't play it. It's a couple other games that, like I said, the best game made was Grand Theft Auto 5. I played it for about 10 hours, dude. I golfed for 6 hours in this game. Okay. I drove around for like 3 hours just listening to music and checking out what was going on around me. Parallel parking my car, back in my car in the parking spaces, just chilling, watching shit go on. And then when the testament of a great game is when you listen to several podcasts talk about the game and everybody has something different to say. And it's like Halo. Everybody has something different to pick on, meaning this game have so many facets that it's giving everybody something to do. But I'm like watching Mint Blitz play is incredible. And sometimes I'll put in his comment section, I'll say, see, when he knocked 10 people's heads off in a row, I sit there and I say, this is why I don't play multiplayer. I'm just not that good. You're watching somebody that incredible play a game. And listen, if Vodka say play Halo Wars, I beat that shit on Legendary, both of them.
Halo Wars? Yeah, that's a good game.
Beat both of them on Legendary.
Halo Wars is good, man.
Yeah. While people praise and Detroit Become Human, that movie, and Halo is an RTS game that outsold it in the worst way. So, but that comparison was made before. But that's cool. It's cool to have comparisons like that.
That's why I like my brothers on here. They just they tell you in detail, and even Unlimited, man. He's talking about the new games like the Hogwarts Legacy he's playing and are going to be playing and stuff like that. It's just like they try to destroy these games, also before they even come out. I mean, it's just it's unbearable right now in gaming. It's just unbearable, man.
See, this is why I like hanging out with you guys, man. I wanted to talk about that for so long.
Oh, you there, Zinc?
Zinc, you there?
I clicked off somehow.
You hear us?
I could hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like Unlimited, I think Unlimited said this. Or it was on one of our shows that damn, I lost my thought. Like Unlimited.
It's about Hogwarts, I think.
Nope, not Hogwarts. It was something else. Oh, it was about how all Xbox titles are failing. It's always it's like Jez Gordon brought out they're having problems in development in-house engines at Microsoft because they're making Playground Games use the Forza Tech engine. The Slipspace engine is a problem. the what's that company that's making Perfect Dark? The Initiative,
Yeah, the
they're
initiative.
having issues. Every single Xbox game is having issues, and then people jump in, and of course, it's the gospel. Everybody got it, they have to be right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Every studio has issues. Bethesda needs to prove themselves. It's weird the odd standard they have for
They don't
Xbox
never.
games.
I mean, that's just so strange. They don't never ever think that Sony don't ever have no issues.
mm-mm.
Oh, their game is the perfect game and all that stuff.
I mean, what do
their
you really have to look
single-player
forward to
games.
with
The
this?
last time I heard that any of the single player games sold it was when they bundled the game with the system.
Mhm.
How many copies do you think that the new God of War actually sold?
Well, they when it first came out, it sold like 3 million copies, and since then they haven't said a word about the numbers. They never released numbers for Horizon, so I
No,
know that
Nope.
game flopped. They never released
hard.
numbers for they never released numbers for Gran Turismo. They had to combine everything, all first party games together, and count that as a number. And people try to pretend that was Horizon sell of 6 million. It's like,
Yep.
y'all need to learn how to read. Y'all need reading comprehension skills.
Definitely. And here's Deploy jumping in the game. Monster Hunter Rise is tomorrow on Game Pass, but Xbox don't have no games. It ain't shit to do over there. And that, of course, that's a game that I'm not playing. But one game I am going to give a try, just because what like Dr. Vaca said about Halo Wars. I'm going to try that Age of Empires.
Mhm.
I'm going to try it. But before Halo Wars, I would have never played an RTS game ever.
Yeah.
But those are games that's coming out with this month. So
Halo Wars is pretty sweet, man. I love it.
yeah, I don't like that you said I have a PS 4 mic, Rain. Is my mic bad now?
Nah, man, that PS4 might make you sound like you ordering from McDonald's. You don't sound that bad.
All right.
Well, guys, I know y'all gotta go. It's almost 12 o'clock, lunchtime, and I got to get ready for work soon. So before we go, any closing thoughts on anything that's happened? I mean, I'm glad you guys put me down with Adam Sessler, man. What's going on with him? Another things you put me down with yesterday on my brother's podcast, The Unlimited Truth. So is there anything guys want to close out on before we call today?
Well, what's going on with Adam Sessler? Let me know on that. What's going on with him?
Unlimited just said, a few things about him. Like earlier, I think he said something about, did you say his wife had either having family issues and problems?
Yeah. She either passed away from cancer or has cancer right now.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, the worst thing Adam Sessler could do is be on Twitter interacting with assholes
on any social media.
Yeah, when he's dealing with emotional issues and personal issues, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. That's when you want to disappear from.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make a really big deal with Adam Sessler, man. There's all kind of people. What's that guy that?
Yeah, because he went
sex on cucumbers, Rich and Protect You or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, because he went off. I mean, he did go off, man. He did go off, and it's a bad look. But and he just needs to get away from this stuff, man. He need to get away from this stuff. But before he ruins his legacy, if you will, in the minds of gamers who respected him for all these years.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tuck. He went off, man. He went off. He was saying he hates gamers. He's never been a gamer. All this other stuff, basically, because people been fucking with him, right? And he just went off on them, basically, man. And that's all I could say about it, man. Just get off social media if you're dealing with real life issues.
And what Unlimited, I think they've been fucking with him since the beginning and launch of the Xbox One. When they had the better lineup.
Yeah, now remember, sorry to cut you off, but remember in 2013, he gave Forza Horizon 5 a 5 out of 5. And again, 2013 was the height of the Xbox One hate. And people drove. That's why he was out of gaming for so long. Because after that review, they gave him so much hate. He was like, man, fuck this. And disappeared until they brought back G4.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
right.
They
What was
kicked
it? What
his
was it?
ass
Yeah, it
out
was
there.
Forza 5, I think. Was it Forza 5?
Yeah, it was Forza 5. He gave a 5 out of 5. And
Yeah,
people,
and they gave him they slammed them. They
yeah,
slammed him.
because in 2013, if you even pretended to like Xbox,
You were done.
yeah, you were done.
Yeah.
Hey man, when I liked Xbox and I was doing videos, I was calling out, I live in a house with slanted roof. I got pissy sheets and different things like that, man. I mean, it was bad. It was bad, but hey, I stood my ground. You know what I mean? I stood my ground, man. They would come after me, but I stood my ground, man. That's how it was back then. When like you said, Unlimited, man. They ripped him. They tried to tear Adam Sessler apart, man. But he was right. The game was a fantastic racing game. It still is today.
Yeah, and even though the PlayStation is the PS4 was reportedly more powerful, Microsoft should have stepped up because Forza Horizon 5 released at 1080p, 60 frames per second lock, and Drive Club nor any other racing game ever hit 1080p, 60 frames per second lock on the PS4 ever. It never happened. And I don't know if you heard this, Sega Man, but I said on the show last night that even Gran Turismo 7 drops to 48 frames per second. Nobody ain't saying shit. And I watched it.
They're not going to either, Zink.
Go ahead, Unlimited.
Digital Foundry brushed that off.
Brushed it off like it was
it's
nothing.
no big deal.
Yep.
Yeah, you ever notice that, brothers? How because I don't watch Digital Foundry anymore, but I did watch it for a while, and they always, you're right, they always brush things off like that when it comes to Sony. You can definitely see the bias in Digital Foundry, bro. You can definitely see it, man.
Absolutely.
You could, and they would just pick out every little thing. Look at the little details in the mud and the little pebbles and grass. I mean, when I was hearing them talk like that, I'm like, really? Are we really doing this?
Yeah. Hey, Sega Man, Alex Battaglia, in parts of Halo Infinite, you could actually go under this stanchion where enemies are, and he went under there to say this is not an accurate shadow. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga?
Hey, if you want to talk about accurate shadows, go play Spider-Man and look at that ray tracing.
My stars, trash as hell. Yeah. And he got mad at us because they had disappearing puddles in Spider-Man. Dude, shut up. Either you gonna talk about it or you're not.
Yeah, Spider-Man, actually, guys, you remember it did get real cool because it was messing up a lot too. People saying they were playing a game and they turned into gook, or I don't know if it was something wrong with their PlayStation or something would happen weird with Spider-Man and different things like that. If it was some kind of glitch or something, I can't remember.
And here comes Channel. He says, wait till they dissect Forza. Gonna be looking for everything.
Oh yeah,
Digital Foundry already broke down that E3 video from last year. Of course, that didn't happen because E3 wasn't here last year. You let Xbox YouTubers say it, but they tried to say, oh, they can't do that on Xbox One. I'm like, what the hell? Are you saying this about Turn 10? Really? They can't do something? Oh, okay. But yeah, they were saying what Turn 10 couldn't do. It's like, oh wow, all right, word up.
Hey, Unlimited and Zink, you guys probably experienced this. And Unlimited, have you ever experienced walking into a GameStop? You're looking around.
Yes, before you even say it, yes.
And you say you go up to the counter. Dude's like there. You say, I want this specific game. Oh, you for PlayStation? I'm like, no, man. I want it for the Xbox One X, man. I don't want it for the PlayStation. You don't even ask me. You just say automatically PlayStation, dude. Everybody doesn't want a game to come in here that want it for PlayStation, man. I mean, there's Xbox fans out here, dude. Y'all need to learn customer service, man. You just don't come out and just be like, what you mean? You want it for PlayStation? I'm like, no, dude. I mean, I want it for Xbox.
Sorry to cut you off, but you hit a point. Just like you're where you are, I'm where I'm at living, and we have the same experiences. My daughter, man, for anybody that's listening, if your daughter play or son play travel baseball or softball, it's very expensive. I spent all my money on my daughter. and we were, I forget where we were, man. I think we were in St. Louis or Chattanooga at a softball tournament. And I said, hey, I'm about to go in here into this GameStop and argue Xbox and PlayStation. Now, I had never been to this store before, this GameStop. And my daughter said, hey, I want to argue too. I said, well, honey, I don't want you arguing with some guy, but you could go ahead and come in. And sure enough, as soon as I came in there, they, talking about the PlayStation. I asked about an Xbox controller. They bring up the PlayStation controller.
That's
it's
what the
universal
hell's
with
going
GameStop.
on with that?
It's crazy, dude.
You asked for a Xbox controller, right? I mean, you're going to start talking about a totally different systems controller? I mean, what's going on with that?
What's crazy is Microsoft helped save GameStop, and their employees still pull that nonsense.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like last year, I remember last year before God of War came out, that dude, he pulled this on me. You should pre-order the collector's edition. I'm like, I'm not paying $300 for God of War, but you could just you could pre-order it now and cancel later. Like, dog, I just told you I don't want the fucking game.
I heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, killers?
What's up, Killer Shavan? I definitely heard that before. Ivaka, you know what I'm talking about. You're in the chat. You know how the GameStop is up here in Miracle Mile, because that's the only one we have left. You know how it is up there. That girl up there, when I went up there, this is Unlimited and Zing. This is after Microsoft helped save them and they rearranged the stores, right?
Yep.
So I go inside the store and the Xbox stuff is all up front and the PlayStation stuff in the back. Man, was she pissed.
They still do it. Over here,
everything.
Over here, it's the same thing. Xbox is at the front of the store. You should be glad they helped you guys stay alive. No, it's still PlayStation down. And this guy knows me now. So when I come in there, he's like, the look on his face is like, oh, this motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm cool. I'm cool with the guys at my GameStop now.
That's cool. That's good.
Yeah. They know I ain't there to buy no PlayStation shit. So especially the black dude, the manager there, he's actually real cool. He's actually real cool,
Yeah, you had to train him. What's up, Smitty Smith?
Yeah. When I go there to get my games.
Yeah, what's up, Smitty Smith?
Because I want to, I like the last time I went there, I went to pre-order for the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed. Because that's my game, right? And he already knew. He's like, when I was like, hey, let me get the Assassin's Creed collection, this Xbox Series X. I got you, man. You don't even have to ask which platform anymore.
Yep, no more dumb
Unlimited. Zig, I got to tell y'all this, man. I shouldn't have did this. My son, I think he was outside. I can't remember the one that was.
Bad parenting 101 is coming up.
Man, the one dude, he's young brother, man. I asked him for something. I can't remember what game it was. This was a while ago. And he just the way he act towards me, dude. He seen I had an Xbox shirt on and my ball cap. And he said, and I said, I can't remember which, I think it was Doom. It was one of these games. And he said, oh, you want it for PlayStation 4? I said, no, nigga. I want it for the Xbox.
Yeah, you kind of right.
I couldn't help it because it's just the way his attitude was towards me. I'm like, yeah, young blood, why you got to act like that, man?
Oh, man. And I know how you said it, too. Exactly how you just said it. I could see the look on your face.
I'm like, come on, man. Y'all got to stop this, man. I mean, y'all got to stop this, bro, for real. I mean, the one dude I was cool with, the one dude that was there, he was really cool. He's the one that tried to get me. Remember when y'all had when Unlimited had the Series X first, and we were all talking about it on one of our podcasts, and I didn't have mine then. There was one dude that was there, one white cat. He was trying to get it for me hard. He was a nice dude. He was cool, and and get this. He was a PlayStation dude, but he was cool. He was real cool. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm really trying to get this for you, and then Hebot came through. But it had to be the brother that gave me an attitude about it, man, about something I wanted to get there. I'm like, man, for real?
Yeah, man. Hey, Sega, man, I know you don't have to go to work, but you sure you want to keep this podcast going, or you?
No, we got to go because I know Unlimited got to go too. I got to get ready soon. But yeah, guys, I want to just say thanks for coming on. Shout out to the chat. Chat been on fire, bro. We got Big Baller in here. Smitty Smith, salute to Smitty Smith. Deploy all these guys. Vodka, crazy ass government on. What do you say? Government cheese on deck. Crazy.
Oh my goodness gracious, that shit was funny.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you're right. Miracle Mile usually good, but when I went in there Unlimited, she had blue hair. Unlimited, she had blue hair, you know, and stuff like that. And she was a PlayStation dude, and she was the manager. She was the manager. Unlimited, give me like being ignorant, and because I was asking her a question about Xbox, I said, "You all right? You having a bad day or something?" You know, no, I'm just, you know, I said, no, you probably just mad because Xbox saved your dumbass job in here. You know what I mean? And you're going to be mad about it because somebody comes in and asks about something that has to do with Xbox. I mean, she had a bad attitude for real. Even the other customers seen it.
Oh, that's messed up.
I'm like, damn, what is wrong with you? Just do your job, man. Keep your personal stuff to yourself. You know, your customers are in here. You got to make sales. You know, because they depend on themselves now. I used to work for GameStop. You got to make them sales because if you don't, you can lose your job.
And you want returning customers. You know, you want those customers like, hey, man, go to that GameStop right there. You know?
Yeah.
They don't understand.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we're going to get out of here, man. All right, man. Hey, guys, thanks for rocking out with me, Unlimited, and Brother Other Zinc, man, and Tuck that had to dip out, you know. We're going to get going here. But everybody, thanks for coming, man. Shout out to the chat. Big shouts out to all y'all for supporting us, man. The Unlimited Truth, the Exile and Alpha podcasters, and the Lion's Den. You know, when Tuck does it. Man, didn't he do like 2 in a row? That nigga. He was on a roll.
Yeah.
You know, he was on a roll, man. Good for Tuck, man. He needs to do more, man. He needs to do more, man. And shouts out to Hebot, you know, when he does We Got Next and Toys in our closet. All our brothers, you know, 100. What's it? The Day One podcast on Saturdays, 11:30. Big shouts out to Intramedia Gaming. We're gonna get out of here, man.
Exile podcast.
What's that?
Exile podcast.
Exile podcast. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah. I want to say something, man. Big shouts out to Slick Slayer. He does a podcast with
the Realist and yeah. Oh, he different one.
Yeah, he was on a couple with Technoblast. I don't know if he's doing a podcast with him, but I think it was his little podcast he had, and I seen him on. I was checking it out at work one day, you know, going through all the podcasts, and I seen him on. I'm like, oh, okay, they doing podcasts. That's cool. You know, that's cool. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here, man. So Unlimited, man, tell everybody where they can find you.
Hey, that's right. You can find me on my channel, Unlimited Production, where I do the unlimited truth that comes when the truth is needed. And, you know, I'm letting you guys know right now, either Wednesday or Thursday, we are going to have another episode after the developer direct show next week on the 25th. So look out for that.
Unlimited, I'm going to try to make that because the show's on a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Unlimited. I hope you do it on a Thursday. Because
you know, all right. If you want on Thursday, it's gonna be next Thursday around 7 p.m.
Okay. I'm gonna try to make that. I have to work, unfortunately. You know, I have to go to work, and you know, I can't really take off. I really want to see it live and stuff, but I might be able to watch it at work. I think I'll be able to. What time is it? Eastern time? Is it 3 p.m.?
3 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Unlimited? I think I can watch it. So I'm gonna watch it on my phone at work, man. But I wanted to actually try to do the podcast with you too, Unlimited. So I'm gonna see what's going on. I might be able to come and chomp up game with you on Thursday to get our thoughts on the show, man. Because you know they're gonna be hating. They're gonna be hating. Goodness. Just expect that to come, bro. They're gonna be hating with
and it's gonna be demands and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. You'll hear them talk about Starfield when you know, when what's his name? Man, I can't think of his name right now. Major Nelson already said that they're not going to be talking about Starfield on it. He said that last Saturday, but that's
not good enough.
I know.
He have to give people the new Jordans and a bag of donuts, and then they might accept it.
All right, man. On that note, Brother Other Zinc, thanks for coming in and chopping in a game with us, man. Tell them where they can find you, man.
You'll find me with you guys and on 100 show from time to time and always in the chat.
All right, Zinc, man. Hey, guys, thanks for joining us, man. And remember, we'll be back again with the Exile podcast, and come and check out the Unlimited Truth after the show and the Alpha on Saturdays when I have time. This Saturday, though, I got to help a friend move. So maybe it'll be later on that night. And I help move him to his new apartment. He don't have nobody to help him, so I'm gonna help him. So we'll see y'all later, man. All right, peace and love, guys. Xbox for life. We don't die, we multiply, baby. And we're always eating good over here. Peace.